Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Judgment. Everyone understands the need for change in the abstract, but on the day-to-day level, people are creatures of habit. Too much innovation is traumatic and will lead to revolt. If you are new to a position of power, or an outsider trying to build a power base, make a show of respecting the old ways of doing things. If change is necessary, make it feel like a gentle improvement on the past.
Who's really making the decisions at Phoenix Police? Chief Jerry Williams says the tough calls are hers, but the president of PLE believes the chief is under pressure and the union leader utilizes his considerable power to influence decisions.
We take on and challenge the department to dismantle the code of silence.
And the task force asserts the police union contract is a major obstacle to change, saying it's essentially turned the code of silence into official policy. The contract prohibits citizens from filing anonymous complaints against officers, and it allows officers to amend their statements about police-involved shootings.
There is a clause that indicates that an officer has the ability to amend his statement within 24 hours of making that statement if they haven't been presented with the video, and we can't find a good reason for why that would actually exist.
Features, the report says, make it easy for officers to lie if they're so inclined.
If a frog jumps into a pot of boiling water, it jumps right out again because it senses the danger. But the very same frog, if it jumps into a pot of lukewarm water that is slowly brought to a boil, will just sit there and it won't move. It'll just sit there even as the temperature continues to go up and up. It'll stay there until
Big story that we're following today. The union that represents police officers across the state is threatening legal action against the city of Austin.
Pretty big deal. The police union is the Combined Law Enforcement Association of Texas, or CLEAT, and it's not releasing too much information about today's announcement. But what we do know is that the group has warned the city manager of legal consequences for keeping the police monitor's office open without a contract. In a letter back in December to the city manager, a CLEAT attorney explained the police monitor's office can no longer exist if you don't have a contract between the police department and the city. The attorney says giving the police monitor access to police investigations is now considered illegal without a contract, which expired almost 2 months ago. The city manager has said the police monitor's office will continue to operate without one, but today we're going to find out if the police union is going to follow through on that letter threatening legal action.
Police officers. They're public officials with the power to use force against civilians. We'd like to believe that when cops cross a line, there's a powerful system that polices the police. Someone is protecting officers from accountability, the police unions. But unlike a lot of other organized labor groups, police unions have managed to codify strong protections for cops into law at the expense of public safety. In these 14 states, police have their own Bill of Rights. Police union contracts also include strong protections for their officers. In these 81 cities, those contracts include extremely specific language aimed at protecting cops if they find themselves being investigated. Some of these protections might well surprise you, or maybe infuriate you, but they go a long way toward explaining why it seems so rare that cops are held accountable for wrongdoing. In these cities and states, an officer accused of improper behavior is allowed a cooling off period. This means the officer has time between when they are accused of misconduct and when they can be interrogated by investigators. That window of time shielding a cop from an investigator can be 24 hours, as it is in Sacramento, or it can be up to 30 days, as it is in Louisiana. Normal citizens who are accused of crimes aren't given a window of time to collect themselves or get their story straight. There's no cooling off period for you or me. After all, the first 48 hours are said to be crucial to any criminal investigation.
Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Judgment. If you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance and good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request or in your alliance with him that will benefit him and emphasize it out of all proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something to be gained for himself.